Good morning, students. A very good afternoon to those who are going to watch this in the afternoon. And again, a very good evening to those who are watching me in the evening. So, children, today we are back again for our lecture number 9. And it's a Monday and the date is 11th of May. Okay? Now, today I am not going to teach you anything new, class 4. I'm going to teach you something which have been already taught to me. So it's going to be a revision on all the topics what we have done related to grammar. Today I'm going to pick up 2 topics which are actually types of sentences and prior to that sentences. So my first topic is going to be sentences. Now, children, let's take a look at these words which are written here. Okay? Now, go to we school every day. Does it make sense? I'm sure I can hear you saying no. Yes, right you are, children. These words do not make a sense, a complete sense. So we have to arrange the jumbled words, isn't it? We have to rearrange the words to make a complete sense. So we go to school every day, and there is a full stop. So children, what is it? A sentence is a group of words which make a complete sense, isn't it? Isn't it? It is a group of words which makes a complete sense. Is my board visible? Okay. So that is your first rule, what I had taught. If you can recapitulate, if you can remember what I had taught. Now, what is the second point? Okay, you must remember. I am just doing a revision so that you will not forget the topics what have been taught. Okay, and with it I will also mail revision exercises on both the topics, just a mix bag, around 10 to 12 of them. You just have to do that and mail me back, because I will just give you the answer keys only after I receive your solved revision exercise. I will not mail you the answer keys with today's revision exercise. The second point, okay, the second point is it must begin with a capital letter. And you see, capital letter V, isn't it? W is capital. So it has to begin with a capital. And it must end with a full stop or a question mark, okay, or an exclamation mark. Alright, so it has to begin with a capital letter and end with any of the punctuation. A full stop is a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. So may I erase this? So you know what is a sentence then, everybody? And you know what are the rules? Now children, I will now take you through what are phrases. Okay? Now, this is a phrase. Why? Because it is not complete and it doesn't have a beginning, isn't it? But it makes partial sense. So, this is called a phrase. Okay? This is called a phrase. So, you know the difference between a sentence and a phrase. A sentence is a group of words which makes a complete sense, and a phrase is a group of words which makes partial sense. Alright? Now let us do types of sentences. I'm sure everybody is following and able to relate to, because the sentences would have been based on rearrange the sentences, okay, to make meaningful sentences. We had also done exercises on identify which is a sentence and identify which is a phrase, isn't it? Punctuation, you know, punctuate. Now we're going to do revision on types of sentences. Yes, revision on types of sentences. Now, sentences are of 4 types, okay? The first is a declarative sentence. What is a declarative sentence? Let us see. I am not well. So it is declaring something, isn't it? It is telling, it is asserting. So it is also known as a declarative or an assertive sentence. Now, declarative again can be of 2 types, okay? Positive and negative. I'm sure you can see this. Not is there, isn't it? NOT or NO, if a sentence has, that means it is a negative. The moment I erase this, it becomes a positive. Okay? So, a sentence which has a no or a not in it is a negative sentence, and a sentence which has no no's or no nots in it is a positive sentence. And these all belong to declarative sentence, our first type. What is the second type? Second type is interrogative. Interrogative. Okay. What is an interrogative sentence? Who is crying in the corridor? Who is crying in the corridor? Corridor is the long space, okay, which might be outside the main room. Okay, there's a space where no rooms are there, or maybe rooms are, you know, on either side. So you have that space which goes through, that is called a corridor. Now, the interrogative sentence always questions. Okay, it always questions, and it begins with a capital letter and has an interrogative sign at the end. That's a question. So this is an example of interrogative sentence. Now let us go to imperative sentence. Children, this is a revision of the first 2 chapters which were taught to you in grammar. This is just a revision of the same. What is the next one? Imperative. Now, let me use a different color. Alright? Leave me alone. This is like an order. Okay? So this falls under interrogative. It again begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Leave me alone. So you're ordering something. Okay? You're commanding something to somebody. Now, another. Please leave me alone. Okay? So here you are requesting. So this, whenever may or please is added, it becomes a request, but it falls under interrogative sentence only. Interrogative sentence. Another one. We must respect our elders. We must respect our elders. Here you are, it's like an advice, you must do this. Whenever this entire thing comes up, it means you are advising something to somebody. So that becomes an advice, ADVIC, and it falls under imperative. Okay, imperative. So imperative are mainly of three types: command, request, advice. All right. Now the last one. The last one is exclamatory. Exclamatory sentence. Okay, use a black ink. How lovely the weather is. So you have a strong feeling in it. SF, remember we had to identify exclamatory sentences using strong feeling. SF, the acronym SF. SF means you are expressing something with a strong feeling. So here, how lovely the weather is. Isn't it lovely? Yes, it rained and it's cool, isn't it? We hardly have the so-called heat, and sweltering heat means where you're perspiring. That is yet to come to Siliguri, isn't it? The weather is very, very pleasant. So how lovely the weather is. Again, it begins with a capital letter and ends with an exclamation mark. So these are the 4 types of sentences. So we know what are types of sentences. We also know what a sentence is. So for today, I did a revision on sentences as well as types of sentences. I just wanted to do a recapitulation of the 2 topics which were taught. Right now we have been taught 4 chapters, isn't it? Subject and predicates as well as prefix and suffix. So the next day, we are going to have a revision on subjects and predicates and suffix and prefix. Alright children, with today's teaching, okay, audiovisual teaching, I am also going to send across homework without the answer keys. It is going to be a revision kind of a work for you, and you all must mail to me. I am not receiving everybody's mail. Okay, so everybody must mail me, alright, with their name, and in the subject kindly ask your parents to mention that this particular mail is for this subject, okay, and related to maybe revision, related to the lesson taught on which day. Alright, it will become easier for me as well to go through. Alright, thank you so much. Bye bye for now. Take care. Stay safe.